Hey Flosstube, Elena here, the Stitching Farmer. Sorry about the dog. The neighborhood kids are over, so she's going crazy because the kids are going in and out of the house, and I'm hoping she'll calm down soon. But this is like the only chance I have to film a video today, so I was going to try to film a quick video. Just lay my daughter down for a nap, so she usually will go down for about an hour or so. She just started daycare. It's going okay. The first 2 weeks were pretty rough. Keep hoping she's gonna calm down soon. She's one of those dogs that has like that Napoleon complex where they're like really small dogs, but they think they're a lot bigger than they are. That's her. So anyway, so my daughter is doing better at daycare. She's been going now for about 4 weeks. And she's only going from 8 to 12. We're only doing half days with her right now. We'll probably start extending it soon though. So I drop her off in the morning, and then my husband goes and gets her right before the other kids go down for their naps. So then she comes home and she eats a second lunch because she's already eaten lunch at school. And then she comes home and eats some more, and then she lays down for her nap. And then the boys are both home for the summer right now, so they're just in and out of the house all day. There's a group of neighbor kids that they're a family of 6, so they have 4 kids. They have their oldest is a girl, I think she's 12 or 13, and they have a 10-year-old, 10, 8, and 6 are the boys. So my boys are 10 and 6, so they all get along real well. So they're all the same age, and they both kind of play with the middle one. But my youngest son usually plays with the 6-year-old, and then my oldest plays with their oldest too. They have a trampoline over there, so they're always going over there to bounce on their trampoline because we say no trampoline. We already have one big hazard in our backyard. We don't need another one because we have a pool back there. So we're enjoying our summer. It's really hot right now. I think today has been a little bit, oh, no, mine is 88 today. It feels like almost 100 out here though. And we're getting into the rainy season, so it rains like every day. And it's not like when you go down to South Florida and it rains for 20 minutes. No, these are like all day thunderstorms, so we get rain all day. This morning we had a really bad thunderstorm, and it's calmed down now. And the afternoon is looking pretty nice. I think we're supposed to get more thunderstorms all through the weekend. Today is Thursday, July the 14th, 2022. And so we had flash flood warnings. They were putting out on Facebook, they're advertising that they were having places where you can go get sand. You just have to bring your own sandbags for them, and in case of flash flooding. Luckily, our street, parts of it will flood, our front yard will flood, but our house is a little bit elevated. I think it looks like they probably have built it up some. So we are in a flood zone, but our house doesn't flood. The last hurricane we had, a couple of houses down at the very end of the street, they did flood. Like the water is all the way up to their house, but luckily it was just our front yard was flooded, and the backyard too. But then our house sits like up on a hill. So we luckily don't have to really worry so much about that. But it's Florida, so it's a low-lying area. There's not really much hills. Houses don't have basements here. I've seen, when we were looking for a house, I did see a couple of houses that had basements. They were all walkout basements. You will never see like a true basement here because it would just be an in-ground pool. And so the one house I remember looking at, it wasn't like a basement, it was more like bedrooms downstairs. But the layout wasn't right for our family because we had young children, and it was just where you have that stairwell that's all open, and that just wouldn't have worked for us. But we ended up not staying there very long anyway, so it was good that we didn't end up buying a house there because we moved to Navarre 2 years ago. And I like it here a lot. The traffic, like there is one main road, Highway 98, and that's it. And if there's an accident, you're going to be stuck in traffic. So I don't think there is a couple back roads depending on where you're going. It won't take you very far though on the back roads, so you pretty much have to take the highway. So let's see, what else is other life updates. Work has been busy. Summer is usually a slower season in the pharmacy world. We are in a vacation spot though, so we do still tend to stay busy, but you see there tends to be less sickness in the summer months, like less cold and flu, but we do see like a lot of swimmers here and that sort of thing, so that keeps us pretty busy. And then since we are in a vacation spot, we get the I forgot my medicine at home like 10 times a day too. It's not as bad as when I worked in Destin. There I'd hear it like so many times every day. But and I'm going to take a test and treat class next week. So hopefully that will allow I will be able to start prescribing medication for minor ailments. So that's an exciting change to pharmacy. So like say you come in, you're having flu-like symptoms, we test you, and then I can actually write a prescription for Tamiflu. So that's a very exciting thing to come. This is for Florida though, specifically for changes in our state laws. Hopefully that will come to other states as well, and it will be a big advantage in our profession. I'm just not sure how we're going to work it into workflow. It's already so busy, but hopefully they'll come up with a way for us to be able to do this new testing and treating program. I think my husband was talking about maybe having them, hope you don't hear the cocoa melon in the background. I think the kids all went outside. I might go turn it off real quick. All right. So I went and turned the TV off, so hopefully you don't hear the little babies in the background singing. They just keep running in and out of the house. I just hear them in and out, in and out. But I'm glad that they're playing outside and they're not inside on the computer all day or the iPad, which is what they normally want to do, but I try to make them go outside and play. And my husband is talking about taking them up to his parents. They live in South Carolina near Greenville. I can't remember, it's like a little town right outside of Greenville. I can't remember the name of it though. But I love going up there to visit because I get to go to Sassy Jack's, but I don't think I'm not gonna be able to go if they go up there in next month, because this is the hardest time of the year to take off because everyone wants off. But I am taking some time off in September to go to Disney World. We always go, my uncle has a timeshare in Orlando. I think it's the second week of September. I guess he overheard me, so now he's super excited, but I already told him, so he should know that he's going to Disney World. So my uncle lives in Qatar and he never uses his timeshare, so every year we use his timeshare. I hate taking my kids out of school though, but it's only a week, so I might have to stop soon though, because my oldest will be a 5th grader coming up in the new school year. So school's going to start getting a little bit harder and more important. So I might have to see if maybe the in-laws can come down and watch the kids, or at least the older ones. So take the younger ones down there maybe. So I think this may be his last year to get to go when we go in September. It's a good time of year to go though, because school just started back. The crowds are a little bit less. It's still really busy. I feel like there is no longer a slow time for Disney World anymore. I went in February and it was still busy, which we did go during a holiday weekend, and we went to Universal then, which is not as crazy as Disney World. So unfortunately, it just seems like it's year-round busy now. I still haven't gotten to go during the Christmas season. So hopefully maybe in a year or two. But my daughter will be turning 2 while we are down there. So I'll have to be sure to get some good, put her in like one of those little cute dresses and take pictures of her in front of the castle for her 2nd birthday. Can't believe she's already going to be 2, but She's a cutie. I'll see if I can take a quick video with her whenever she wakes up from her nap to put on the end of this video. She has like the cutest little blonde curls, so I can't tell if she's gonna keep them though, because it's like straight and then it curls. So I don't know. I thought like people with curly hair curl from the root, but her starts right above her ear. Her curls start. But it's always been that way, so maybe she will get to keep her curls. But I'll show you. I'll take a video and show you guys. So enough talk about personal stuff. I'm gonna move on to cross stitch, because that's why we're all here, right? And so this month I've been focusing on my Christmas pieces. I decided to do a Christmas in July stitch. So first up is my dimension stocking. This is for my daughter Vivian. I don't think I'm gonna finish it in time for this Christmas, but maybe I'm hoping at least by her third Christmas I'll have it done. So look at all that thread. It's a mess. One thing that I do with the dimensions, so they come on these cards now, these thread sorters, which is nice because you used to always have to sort out your own threads. So it's nice to have them all. But what I do is I punch a hole in the opposite side, so the thread comes out on this side, and I just cut it off, punch a hole, and then run it through on the other side. And so there's 2 of those. And look at all this other, like if it's too much, my cat got a hold of it and was playing with it. There's all these 5 other colors that doesn't fit on the, so they put them separate. Look at all that thread, so much. Fortunately, there is no gold thread in this piece, which I'm very happy about. So this is it. This is stitched on, I believe it's 14 count Aida. Let me see. It's called Holiday Glow Stocking. And it is, oh, it's 18 count. I could have sworn it was 14. Well, apparently this is 18 count Aida. So right now I'm working on the snowman. Last time you saw this, all I had done was his scarf. The snowman himself is working up pretty quickly because it's all half crosses. This part here is yellow. I was like, what? Why is it yellow? You know, you think it'd be white because he's snow, but if you look at it, Santa is holding a lantern, and that is what's turning him yellow. So I'm stitching. Still got put in his eyes. That's why he has no face. The carrot nose. I just started his hat. I worked on it a little bit this morning. My son started reading Harry Potter. After we went to Universal, he was showing interest in it. I'm always trying to get him to read. He never wants to read. I've tried to buy him all kinds of different series. And finally, he seems to be into the Harry Potter. He's made it to the Goblet of Fire, which I believe is the 4th book. It is really thick. So I think he's halfway through it. He said he just finished the 2nd trial. So a lot of people ask me about these frames. This is a quantum frame from the Almanac Factory. I like it a lot. These here are the tension sides. So you put it on, has the dowel rods. With the linen is a lot thinner than the Aida. So a lot of times I have trouble with it coming out when you're stitching at one of the ends. I usually will put like a paper towel in between it. Sorry, someone's like knocking off the door and my dog goes crazy. So you just twist this to get your tension good. I don't have it on this piece, but I do have some stretcher things to hold it. The tension is pretty good though, all the way through. I guess it's not a big piece of fabric, but I do find with the bigger projects, the tension gets kind of slack sometimes in the middle. I see that Almanac did come out with a new piece that goes right in the middle to kind of hold that tension, because you do sometimes get that bend on these two pieces here. So it helps to, I don't have one of those. I might order one. I would like to place another order because I would like to get some more. I think I have 3 sizes of these top piece bars and 2 of these size. So I might get a couple more. And they also have a new design that has the side stretcher bars. So you don't have to use those clips. I'll show you the clips on my other piece though, because it's big. So that's where I am on this piece. And the second Christmas design I have been working on. Let me find it here. So I have 20, these come in packs of 24. And I was like, no new starts once I fill them all up. So what do? I filled them all up and I ordered another 24. I really need to stop starting stuff. So this is Christmas on the Beach. Sorry, there's a bad glare on it. I really like this piece. It's got the Adirondack chairs with the Christmas on the beach. I live about 15 minutes from the beach, so I thought this would be a good piece to put out for Christmas time, since I live here really close to the ocean. So this has been, I think last time you saw this, I only had the tree and part of the presents down here done. So I've really been working a lot on this. And these are all, this is all half cross. So this has been working up quite quickly. I really see a line right there now that I'm on the video. I don't see it so much in person. But there's like really showing a line right there for some reason. I wonder if that has something to do with the way I'm stitching. So I really like the way this is coming out. I'm getting pretty close to being halfway through with it. Right now, I think I was working on the Adirondack chair itself here. A lot of these threads are 4 strands, so it can be tough to pull it through the fabric with 4 strands of floss. I like better when it's 2 or 3, but it makes it stitch up quickly though, not having to do full threads or full crosses. So, and this here is, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, if it's Nurge or I've heard people say Nurgi or something like that. It's the Turkish embroidery hoops. It keeps the fabric pretty taut. And I've just been kind of stitching like that. I do have a stand I can put it on too. Sometimes I use that. So that is Christmas on the Beach. So those are the 2 I've been focusing on this month. Hoping to make some progress on my Christmas projects. Sorry, put that away real quick. And those are both dimensions kits. Another one I have been working on a lot. I'm sure you've seen a lot of, I've seen a lot of people working on this piece. It's God Bless America. I think I started it probably a month and a half, 2 months ago. And I honestly thought I could finish it by the 4th of July. So this house here is huge. Like, what was I thinking? That I could finish this, actually finish it by the 4th of July. This is where I am so far. This is stitched on the called for fabric, which is 36 count Patriot's Brew. I did not read the part in the instructions where it says to stitch 1 strand of floss over 2 strands of linen. So this is stitched 2 over 2, which I do, I like better coverage, like this is providing, but I'm not gonna have enough floss. So I've already used 1 whole skein of the campfire. So I think I'm gonna need at least 2 more probably, because I I am like right about there on that house. So I still got all this way to go. And then there's a lot of red here and then the berry things. I'm not sure what other colors. I'm probably gonna need another, maybe the blue. I don't know, I might be able to get by with one hank of the blue. I'm sure there'll be another color that I'll need a second one of. So I guess most of the Plum Streets is stitched 1/2. I might start stitching their designs on 40 count because I think 40 count looks okay 1/2, but 36 I prefer 2/2. So again, got little shutters. There was 17 lines here. Never feel like I was gonna finish it, but I do like this piece because I can just, it's kind of mindless stitching, so I can just pick it up and just, you know, stitch a couple rows. I try to do that, you know, a couple times a week to stitch a couple rows on that ginormous house. And so everything I'm stitching is the called for on that piece. Another one that I have been working on is English Garden by Samplers Not Forgotten. So this is a piece like I wouldn't have thought that I would like, but I saw Kindred Stitcher Lisa Smith's her finished piece of this and I just fell in love with it. I just thought it was so pretty. But like if I saw it in a cross stitch store, unless there was a stitch model, I don't think I would even paid any attention to it. But I've really enjoyed stitching this. So this is stitched on 40 count Jack Frost linen by Seraphim Fabrics. This fabric is so soft. I don't know if it's because it's 40 count or if, I'm not sure what a Seraphim uses as their base. If anyone knows, you could drop me a comment down there, but it doesn't seem like it, and maybe it is the Weigart. That's my favorite fabric, but it is just the softest fabric. So I've really enjoyed working on this. Right now I'm doing the border here. And I think last time you saw it, I'd only done this and one of the flowers. So I stitched all that part there and then some of the sides. This was a lot of fun to stitch. I really enjoy stitching that. And the border is fun to stitch too. I'm not happy with the flower. I stitched it back and forth. And I think from now on, I don't think I'm going to take this one out, but from now on I think I'll go in a circle towards the middle. And this is 1/2, so just using one strand of floss over 2 squares. And I like the coverage on this. I think with 40 count, one strand does provide pretty good coverage. I really like how the color gradient is on this part here. And this part is stitched too, using that white there. And it's showing pretty, the fabric is showing pretty true to color. It's like a blue-green, light blue-green color. And it's got a light modeling to it, not real heavy modeling. So I have really enjoyed working on that. So have we found anything else in here? Oh, I did pull out my Rosewood Manor Halloween quilt sampler to work on. I hadn't worked on this since I was on maternity leave, which was, my daughter is going to be 2 soon, so that tells you how long ago. I love this piece. I love like all the quilt blocks, the black work on the sides, if you can see it there. I mean, how cute is that? It's not focusing real good. Let me see if I can get it to focus better. For some reason, my camera looks a little fuzzy on this picture. So I have, my youngest son just came in the room. He looks super sweaty. He's playing out in the garage.
Yeah, really wet.
Yeah, you look kind of gross. Sorry, apparently someone was excited to put some stitches in for me. All right. So this is, I forget the name. It's 36 count, something mocha. I'm drawing a blank on what it is. It's Weigart that is, it's not hand dyed, it's printed. So you can look at the back side and it's just regular. Vintage Country Mocha, I think is what it's called, 36 count. So look at that black work. I just love the black work on that. So I finished the top row of quilt blocks and now I am on this one. That one is a Ghost Walk there that I'm stitching. So I'm hoping to at least get maybe 1 or 2 rows done by the end of the year. So then that would, maybe next year I could finish it. I just love that black work there. That is using 1 strand of 310 DMC. And then I got my Halloween needle minder there, the Nevermore Raven. And this, I think it's stitched with all weeks. Oh, there it is. I saved the, I've been trying to like stick the stickers that it comes on something. So it's 32 count Vintage Country Mocha. And this is all weeks dye work floss in there. And so, the black is DMC. The 310 DMC for the black work there. So that piece has been a lot of fun to stitch. I've been having to use a pin stitch to start and stop the black work though. So some places, I like the pin stitch, but you can, to me, you can kind of tell where you've used a pin stitch because it makes, so like if you see there, you see how thick that line is right there? And that's because that's where I used the pin stitch. And it's not super noticeable when it's going to be hanging on a wall, but, and I'm not the best at showing a pin stitch, but it's basically where you take 2 small stitches that you're going to hide underneath the big thread, and it does lock it in place. Like, it's hard to get out a pin stitch once it's in there. That is another design that I have worked on this month. I put a little work, I hadn't pulled this out in a while. This is my, it's huge. This is my Owl Forest embroidery piece. This is Everflowering Garden. I'll pop off that side there. And did I save? I want to say it's Antique Ivory, but I'm really bad. I'll if I can find it anywhere, I'll put it in the description box below what I'm stitching on. I'm pretty sure I have it on somewhere though, what I'm stitching, written down something. So I spent a lot of time this month, well, not a lot of time, obviously. I didn't get very far. Last time I showed this, I had the house done and this up to there. So did this border. I haven't put the little berry things on there though. And then I started, so everything is just going to be repeated on the other side. So what you see already done, I got to do again on this side. So I just started doing the pansy. That's what I was working on when I stopped working on it. I think there is 10 colors in this piece. Where is it? This. So a lot of people ask me what threads I'm using, because Owl Forest Embroidery is a Russian company, so you cannot currently get their threads. but I ordered this last year. So I do have the, this is what their threads look like here. Look how perfect these are wound up. And the cute little owl there. So this is their own hand-dyed threads. I think if you, I like these are pretty, the reds. But I think if you stitched it in DMC, it would look just as good. And you can get their designs currently on Etsy. If you go to alforsembroidery.com, and there will be a link to take you to the Etsy page. So that is Everflowering Garden. That is most of what I worked on this month. I do have one more new start. Let me go grab it. All right, so this is my new Chatelaine. I bought a, this is a king size pillowcase. My other one had gotten kind of a little grimy. I mean, I've been working on it. It took me 4 years to stitch Versailles. I just, like, I got to the point where I was just so over it. I just wanted to be done with it, and I didn't want to work on it anymore. So it spent like 4 years being on a scroll frame just about. I took it off at some points, but so I ordered this off of Amazon, a king size pillowcase to kind of keep it clean. This is also an almanac frame here. So this is Fairy Flower Garden. So this is the centerpiece here. This pretty much is all silk thread right here. There is a little bit of metallic right in the center. You probably can't really, this table is a mess right now. Let's see if I can get it in there a little bit closer though. So maybe you can see the metallic thread. It's a gold metallic right in the middle there. And then all of this is silk. This actually uses quite a bit of DMC. So I use the Paco thread organizer. It holds 50 threads. So as you can see, I took up all 50 spots. So that is for this project. And then there was, I think, 6 more. I still needed, I didn't want to start a new Paco organizer just for 6 threads. So they are on with the silks. So somewhere in here there's the 6 DMC I added to it. This one doesn't have a lot of blingy threads, as I like to call it, the sparkly threads. It's only got 3 different treasure braids. So it's got a gold, a silver, I guess you kind of call it like an opalescent silver maybe. I don't remember what it just has it numbered PV47. I can't remember what the actual name of it is. It has lots of silks though. Got your Glorianas, Thread Gather, I forget what the other ones. I don't think there's no Doki. Water Lilies. That one, the Water Lilies Mirabilia uses a lot, or Nora Corbett uses a lot in her pieces. So I'm starting to fill this in. You'll see like a lot of open space. I know with this piece, these are all Jessicas in here. I believe these are Rhodes. I can't remember, I have to look at it. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to complete this. I really need to like learn how to put a picture right here so you can like see what the finished piece looks like someday. I'll learn how to do it. And then there will be a flower medallion in the middle there. So I plan to work all the way out to the circle here. And then once I get there, I'm going to do all the specialty stitches in the middle. and then I'll start working each side. There's a fairy in each corner. The top and bottoms to the sides will have a dragonflies. So I usually will take it like section by section. I'll do all the cross stitching and then go and do all the specialty stitches. And then once I'm done with all the stitching, then I go back and put the beads on. I'm always worried, since these are such long projects, that I will end up distorting the beads, like they will come loose. Thought I heard my daughter wake up. It may be their kids are out playing in the garage, so it might just be them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just the boys out in the garage. So anyways, trying to get my train of thought back. I think I was just talking about how I do these pieces. So I do all the cross stitching in one area, then I do all the specialty stitches, then I just move the so I'll go to the side and do that, and then I'll go to the side and do that because I don't like to have to roll and unroll the frame. So then usually I will roll up to the top and do all the top, and then roll back down and do the bottom. And then once all the stitching is done, then I go back and do the beads. And whenever I do the beads, I also get some, like a strip of batting, probably about that long, or it'll be like this wide and that long. And I will run it around like just under here. And that way when I roll it up, it gives like a little cushioning to the beads. So hopefully that will help to not make them like kind of dig in real tight and get distorted when it has that little bit of cushion. So this is Fairy Flower Garden. This is a Chatelaine, and really been enjoying this. I'm planning on putting it in my daughter's room when I'm done with it in about 4 years. So maybe not, maybe like when I stitched Peacock, what was it called? Sparkling Peacock. I think it only took me like 6 months, but that was back when I was like monogamously stitching. So I'd only stitch on one thing, and so it would be done in 6. Now I've got so many pieces going, it's kind of ridiculous. I really need to start like trying to focus. But I did have 2 finishes this year, so that's a so this is just all the DMC in here for Fairy Flower Garden. Where is, I was going to show you what I was planning on starting eventually. Maybe not anytime soon, but I don't know where I put them. These are 2 that I'm still working on putting up. This is this has Dinky Dye silks. So there's like, I think there's like 9 Dinky Dye flosses, but some of them are like 2 or 3. You need 2 or 3 skeins of some of these colors. So I've just been kind of like working on slowly kitting it up because it gets a little expensive. So I just buy like a couple silks at a time whenever I place like an order to 1, 2, 3 stitch or something. And then it's got a bunch of Mill Hill beads, and there's little flower medallions in the middle there, in each middle of each flower. So I was thinking maybe this will be a Christmas start. That's what I'm hoping. Or maybe New Year's, I don't know. I was trying to think of ways I can break it up into 12 sections and just do it, maybe try to do a month each year. My dog she gets so excited when the boys come inside. So this is where I am on kitting up that. And I'll probably just do it on the call for fabric too. Another one that I am in the middle of kitting up is Another Year Creeps by Ink Circles. I hope I didn't show that pattern too much on the back there. doubt you could make heads or tails of it. But this, let me see if I can cover up with something here. So it uses a lot of classic color works. So I've been buying like a couple of a time. I ordered this fabric for it. I don't think I want to go with it though. This is Color and Cotton Tinsmith 36 count. I want to do something closer to what the picture looks like. So I've been looking at some 40 count Seraphim fabrics. There was one that I was leaning towards, but I can't remember the name of it, so I might order that and see how it looks. But I definitely want to do it on 40 count so I can get by with just using one strand. I got most of the colors now. I'm just trying to decide. I think I'm missing two. I'm thinking Halloween start for this one. And this one you can easily divide up into 12 parts. There are 12 little blocks. So you can just do one a month. So that, I think maybe October 1st, I'll start that one. October is my birthday month, so I want to start my my sign, my Scorpio Nora. So that will definitely be a start. So working on a quilt too. So this is Chateau Royale. I paid a lot more than I normally do for a dimensions kit, but I really wanted this piece. Look at those borders. There is borders on borders on borders. Just love it. I love the castle, love the swans, all the borders. So I pulled this out and started reading over. This one is stitched on, I believe it's this one is actually 14 count. That's probably what I got confused about, is this one's 14 count, not the stocking. So it's done on I think after reading over the directions that I am going to swap it out with the fabric out with, what was it, Lugana. That's what I was planning on doing, 28 Lugana. So this is what you used to get when you bought an old dimensions kit. You would get the sorting cards to put it onto yourself. So it is nice to have it all sorted out and not trying to like guess which color is pink and which color is peach. Those two, I can kind of pick them out now. The peach has that more orangey tint to it. And it also has that horrible gold thread. Ugh. I may swap it and use Rainbow Gallery thread, maybe. Like the treasure braid. So basically this, but not this color. I think this would be too gold. But they do have a bunch of different like gold hues. And these beads, I also think I'll probably swap out with gold delicas. I think I have some leftover gold delicas from one of my, from the Chatelaine Versailles that I just did. So I'm probably gonna swap that out. And so reading over the directions, this is hard. Like dimensions kits aren't easy, but this one's really hard. So let me see. This border here is satin stitches. And that is a big reason why I want to swap the Aida out for Lugana, is that you have to like make your own holes in the Aida to stitch, because there's going to be a stitch on each side and then one in the middle too. So instead of making my own holes, I'd rather just stitch it on Lugana because there's already holes there. And there is some open space too. I believe where the clouds are is open, and here, and then around this border is open. But I don't think I've ever seen a dimensions kit that had satin stitches in it. And this border, this real skinny border, that red and gold, those are satin stitches too. But I am so excited to start this. I'm trying to decide. I really want to finish the stocking before I start this, so I might, like, as a way to try to get myself to finish the stocking, make myself wait to finish that before I start this piece. But I've been, like, trying to get this for a long time off of eBay. And this, it does come up quite a bit on eBay, but it's not cheap. But I paid more than I normally do. I must have left it in my bedroom. Hold on. Okay, so I thought I had brought them in here, but I left them in the bedroom. Another one that I'm wanting to start is it's another a Rosewood Manor. This is the American flag quilt sampler. So every block there represents a state. I just thought it was a really neat piece. I'm pretty sure they have the names above them too. Yeah, they do. So you got like Florida, Georgia, all the states in here. And I think this is probably the called for color. It's 28 count light mocha. Let's see if it is the called for. Sorry, I should have looked beforehand on this. 28 count light mocha. That's what I said, right? Yeah. So this is the called for. It looks, to me, it looks darker than what it shows on the picture. I feel like it always photographs lighter, the fabric does, in all the pictures. And this is just, it's all DMC. So there's all that. So it's all ready to go whenever I finally get around to starting it. It's a big piece. It's 340 by 260. So I think 27 by 36, I believe that's the fat half. It's a big piece of fabric. Maybe I'll start it next year. I might wait on that one. I've got like a lot of stuff going right now. Another one I want to start, another Halloween piece. This is Luna by Nora Corbett. It's, I think she came out with a bunch of witches. I don't remember. Usually there's 6 in a collection. So I think there's more than 6. I want to say there's like 10 or 12. My husband just walked in. I love the pumpkins and everything. I can't decide. I don't have a fabric picked out for her yet. I can't decide what I want to stitch her on. She has a few treasures and beads there. No water lilies with this one. One Krynic. I love the purple and greens and oranges with her. So I think she'd be fun to have on the wall for Halloween. I like having these packs. I know sometimes they make mistakes with them though. I've seen people say they were shorted one of the beads. So there's some of the specialty one, or the treasures. Got a little teardrop one and a flower medallion there. And then just your regular Mill Hill beads. Oh, and it's a green Krynic. Pretty. One thing about Krynic is that it really spirals coming off of the spool. And I find what really helps, and with the silks too, with my Chatelaines, I have a mini hair straightener that I use. I think I got it for like $10 off of Amazon, and that helps to get the kinks out of it and straighten it. And then I got the threads all ready to go. I was thinking maybe like a gray color to stitch her on. I think she would look good on gray. I don't know. I've been playing around with the fabric viewer where you, it has like a mock-up of the design and then you can play with it and put it on different pieces of fabric. I highly recommend it. It's free for the basic one. So if you haven't signed up to it, I'll link it below. So you can play around and see like what kind of fabrics would it look good on it. I don't think if I have anything else to show. I think that was, oh, one more thing. I bought, this came all the way from Australia. So Fox and Rabbit, I guess they had a retreat, and so usually after a retreat they have exclusive to the design for a year. This is Spring Moon by Plum Street Samplers. But unlike, like there was one that just happened here in the US at, I think it's called Country Samplers maybe, but they aren't selling this piece, so you only get it if you went to the retreat. But I don't know how it all works, but they are, Fox and Rabbit are selling this piece. You just have to order it from them in Australia. And it didn't take too long to get here, like maybe 10 days. So I really like that piece. I was gonna order the fabric too from them, but I guess you have to order the fabric from like an actual store. They didn't have it for sale there. The recommended fabric is 36 count baked clay using 1 strand of floss over 2, but I think I will stick with the 2/2. And there's the threadless there. Can't get rid of that glare hardly. So some DMC, some classic colorworks, and some weeks too. So I really like that piece, and I ordered, where is it? I ordered a second piece to do for a giveaway. So I don't think I've done a giveaway before, but I think everyone knows the rules. You must be 18 to enter. What was that? Oh, don't say giveaway. I am only going to be doing this for the US just because I don't know how to fill out the customs forms. So sorry to anyone outside of the US, but so to enter into the giveaway, all you have to do is tell me your favorite designer to be entered into it. And then it'll probably be about in a month when I do the next video that I will announce the winner for this Spring Moon Plum Street Samplers. Oh, and there's one more. I don't know when I'll start this one either. I just love that piece though. That house looks huge. I haven't even started kitting this up though. There's 2 other ones. There's a Yuletide. This is Goldtide, welcome. And then there's Yuletide, Goldtide, and the patriotic one. I think it's Liberty Welcome, I want to say. Pretty sure that's right. So I will try to put, whenever she's still sleeping, but whenever she wakes up, I'll make a short video so you can see my little one. Just woke up from her nap. We're a little bit fussy. Her little outfit looks so cute, but one of her brothers decided to give her chocolate ice cream. See her curls there. But it doesn't start till like right about there. Then it starts to curl. I've been trying to keep it in one of those rubber band things to keep it out, because if I don't put it back, it's just like all in her face like all day long. She doesn't seem to mind it, but we're going through the painful process of growing out hair. See all our curls? I had to give her chocolate or strawberry kisses to keep her happy. She's super crabby when she first wakes up. I did forget to say, so for the giveaway, tell me your favorite designer. I forgot to mention who my favorite designer is. I'd probably have to go with Nora Corbett of Mirabilia. That's whose patterns I have the most of. I haven't been stitching much on them lately. I hope to start put some more stitches into September Sapphire Fairy. I'm thinking about restarting it because I'm not the biggest fan of the fabric, but maybe I'll try to put some more stitches in it in September. Can you say anything? She's not really talking a whole lot yet. She of course says Mama Dada. She says Lola. She calls her a kitty cat. We have 2 kitty cats too, so but she doesn't say the kitty cat's name, it's just Lola's name. But then she calls Lola kitty cat. All right, I guess she's done with Flosstube today. Can you say hi? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right, till next time.